The state of Georgia, now a key battleground state after turning blue for the first time in decades in the last presidential race. ABC's Faith Abubéy is live for us in Atlanta. And Faith, we have spent a lot of time talking about the actual time that both candidates have spent there in Georgia. I know you've been talking with voters throughout the day today. What are you hearing?
Yeah, and that window is closing now for voters to actually come to the precincts to cast their ballots. We're now less than an hour away from most of the polls here closing in the state of Georgia. And right now, exit polling showing that about 81% of voters here in Georgia believe that either they're very confident or somewhat confident that this election was conducted in a fair and credible manner. And so we're waiting to see how the results fare out. I've been talking to voters here all day. There hasn't been much of a line here or anywhere across the state. People have been going in and out, maybe under 10 minutes or so. Most people may within 2 minutes. And so far, what we're hearing is that the voting numbers from today could be on track to break records, even though we've already seen records broken with the early voting numbers. Some of these voters are telling me they are concerned about the economy, reproductive rights, and more. Take a listen.
It's neck to neck. It's things Trump says, Harris says too. It's like it's going to be a tight race. And like I say, they both felt good and they both felt bad too.
Man, I'm just thankful and I'm prayerful that it'll go in the right decision for us, for the economy, and for the kids. I know we might not see change today, this month, next week, next year, but I'm just hopeful that my kids will be able to see it and their kids' kids. So that's really what it's about.
And Georgia had voted reliably for Republicans in the presidential race since the 1990s until the 2020 race, where it flipped to Biden and flipped to the Democrats. Was that an outlier? Will this happen again? That is what we're all waiting to hear. The Secretary of State's office believes about 70% of the vote totals from the early voting and absentee ballots will be posted. The results will be posted within an hour of the polls closing, and that is, again, after 7 o'clock. So within 8 o'clock, by 8 o'clock, we should get a lot of these numbers already here in Georgia. We're hoping it's not a long night. There are a few disruptions that have happened across the state that are going to affect several of the polling locations. About 7 or so polling locations will have to stay longer so that people can cast their ballots due to these disruptions. But again, overall, the Secretary of State's office expecting that the vote tally should be coming in pretty quickly this evening. So we'll be watching to see what happens here in Georgia. Kena.
Absolutely. All right, our Faith Abubéy there in Atlanta. Thank you so much for being here with us.